Monstera Deliciosa is by far the most popular Monstera, but there's so many more. So let's take a look at some other kind of Monsteras. You might want to pull out your wish list. Monstera Launiata variegated. This is pure minty goodness. It's a climber, so get it on a pole. Monstera Lechleriana variegated. This is a beautiful vining plant, and when this plant gets bigger, it gets the most beautiful fenestrations. This is a shingling Monstera. This is the Monstera dubia or dubia. And if you let him climb, he lies flat on the surface. How cool. Add the Rhaphidophora cryptantha, and now you have the beginnings of a shingling collection. For my eclectic plant lovers, this one's an oddball. This is a Monstera obliqua. The fenestrations are fenestrating. And this is the Adansonii. Look at the difference. And here's a Monstera Esqueleto and the Adansonii side by side. You can't really tell them apart now, but the Esqueleto's leaves get so big so fast. The leaves on the Adansonii also get big, but they need a little bit more time climbing before they reach their full potential. This is the Monstera Peru. The texture on this plant is so cool. And this one I think is so elegant. This is the Monstera Standeliana. Variegation is just other level. Monstera Siltopacana. We don't talk about this plant enough. This is a showstopper. If you look at it climbing, you will be a believer. And who can forget about the Monstera Thai constellation? This plant's giving that greenhorn Deliciosa a run for its money. Everyone should have this in their collection. And this is Monstera Asakoyoensis. Hard name to pronounce, but an easy plant to take care of. And these are only a few different Monsteras. There are so many more to explore. And if you're a Monstera connoisseur, let me know which ones I missed. What's your favorite Monstera? Do you know how many varieties of pothos there actually are? There's a lot. I don't know if you knew this, but pothos are Epipremnum. I'm going to show you ones that I think are the most unique. Let's start with some variegated varieties. We have the Snow Queen and the Neon Queen. They look similar, but the differences are your Snow Queen is going to have more white and the Neon more yellow. We also have Epipremnum pinnatum neon and then the Neon Queen. Remember guys, Epipremnum is pothos. This is the Epipremnum pinnatum. Most of your pothos are going to be aureum. This is just as easy. It's super high voltage, very bright. Now let's add the Mandula to the mix. The difference here is mostly in the leaf shape and the spread of the variegation. These look great when they're climbing. Similarly, we have the Pothos Pearls and Jade. These are solid chunks of variegation, which gives it a completely different appearance. This is an Epipremnum pinnatum marble. And this is the Snow Queen. The marbles tend to have a lot more white variegation if that's your thing. And also with the pinnatums, these leaves will fenestrate a lot faster. Here are two oddball varieties. This is the Pothos Shangri-La and the Champs-Élysées. Easiest way to describe this one is cooked spinach. And this is a newer variety. It has this puckering on these leaves, which gives it this really elegant appearance. We also have the Cebu Blue. The fenestration on these looks wonderful. And if you want to encourage fenestration, just get it climbing. And there you go. This is more than enough variety to get you started in style. Welcome to the beautiful world of Alocasia. There's so many cool exotic varieties. I'm going to show you some that I think are very unique. Alocasia Loco, he is so funny and unique looking, and I just love that. He is sporting a partially unfurled look. This is how he grows. He's just a crazy looking little oddball. Yes, this is an Alocasia. Alocasia brancifolia. This looks nothing like an Alocasia, I know. That's what makes it so cool. Okay, so in my mind, this is Alocasia royalty. This is the Watsoniana. You can't tell me this just doesn't look regal. And he doesn't hold on to that many leaves, but let me tell you the ones he holds on to. These are two of my favorite variegated Alocasias. We have the Alocasia batik and the variegated Friedic. Every Alocasia lover knows about this plant because it has been the holy grail of Alocasia for a very long time. This big boy is a heavy hitter. This is the Alocasia Jacqueline, and he is as majestic as he looks. We're talking from the petioles to the veining to the leaf shape to the fuzzy texture. This plant has it all. There's also a hot new hybrid that's a cross of the dragon scale and the Azulanii. Alocasia Green Unicorn. You get the best of both worlds. This was created by Lindsay of All the Plant Babies, and if you can tell, it holds some of these Azulanii characteristics like the iridescence. So cool. We have the Black Velvet and the Ninja. These are two velvety Alocasias. And we all know about the Alocasia Poly, But did you know he had cousins? Meet Alocasia nobilis. He has these really cool, menacing looking leaves. I love them. And Alocasia sanderiana. I love how wavy these leaves are. Alocasia mellow and Alocasia aslanii. You can't go wrong with this texture. Oh, the aslanii is just a beauty. Look at the iridescence. This is Alocasia scalprum, and I do not see enough people with this in their collections. The texture on this is otherworldly. The glossiness, the patterns, the shape, the hardness of this leaf. Chef's kiss. And these two are different varieties of the same species. So this is Alocasia heterophylla. This is the corazon, and this is the dragon's breath. They look pretty similar when they're juvenile plants, but the corazon is going to produce a much broader leaf as it gets bigger. I have had one of these for a while, and it's one of my favorite alocasias. Alocasia zebrina, in the right conditions, this can get absolutely massive. This alocasia is so structural because it has these really long, elegant petioles, contrasted with this beautiful deep green. Stuff of dreams, I tell ya. This is the Alocasia cuprea, and he may not be for everyone, but if you are a lover of eclectic, oddball, weird looking alocasias, you're gonna love this one. And just like that, you're now well versed in the world of alocasia. And as always, for my alocasia connoisseurs, which ones did I miss? Which ones are really cool that you want to tell everyone about? The world of Syngonium is vast, with a seemingly endless list of varieties. I have a few that you should consider putting on your wish list. Coming in strong, we have the red spot tricolor. This is a legendary Syngonium, and you can see why. Pink, green, and cream variegation? Yes, please. Syngonium albo. Believe it or not, this is #1 on my list because this is a workhorse Syngonium. And out of all of the Syngoniums that I have ever owned, this one almost never loses its variegation. If you don't have any other Syngonium, you need to have this one. Also, a quick tip. Did you know the leaves on a Syngonium podophyllum change as the plant matures? Leaves start off this arrow shape, and as the plant climbs, they develop more lobes, often splitting out into multiple sections. I do want to note, though, that there's so many cultivars of the podophyllum that they develop lobes at varying rates. Some don't develop them at all, some are slower, others are faster. So don't be too bummed if your Syngonium doesn't have extra lobes yet. Syngonium Godzilla, because we love it oddball. These leaves just grow like this. Talk about a conversation piece. Have you seen this one before? This is a Syngonium chiapince. You gotta see this plant climbing because it looks unreal. There's also a variegated variety that is insane. Syngonium woodlandii. He is sporting a velvety look with a beautiful mint cream splash down the midrib. And also his leaves are long and pointy. Syngonium erythrophyllum. Did you know that the bottom sides of these leaves are this beautiful burgundy color? If we flip this around to the front, the contrast is contrasting. Whew. And this one is in a league of his own. This is the Syngonium strawberry ice. If you are a Syngonium collector, you know all about this plant because there was a time when this plant was just so hard to acquire that it was crazy. The price on it used to be crazy expensive, but you paid it anyway, didn't you? Look at this variegation. Look how beautiful that is. And there you go. There is such an exhaustive list of Syngonium varieties that I didn't even touch the surface. So if you are a Syngonium lover, let me know the ones that I missed, your favorite ones, the ones you want to let everyone know about. Happy growing, guys. Philodendrons are so versatile. It is a huge genus with so many leaf shapes, textures, colors, growing habits. Sometimes you just don't know what's out there. I can help. Let me show you some cool varieties. Now, if you're looking for velvety philodendrons, a good choice would be the gloriosum, or the melanochrysum, or the micans. And let's not forget the philodendron glorious. Now, if you're looking for a cordate or heart-shaped leaf, the D. Migdal, SP Columbia, and also the pastazanum, they're gonna do it for you. Now, if you love serrated leaf shapes, may I interest you in a ring of fire, a Bob C, or a golden crocodile? Or how about the lime fiddle? Now, if you like fun, wonky leaf shapes, I got the Yopii, Florida Ghost, and the Florida Beauty. Now, if you're looking for high contrast variegation, these are my favorites right now. This is the Thai Sunrise and the Strawberry Shake. And if you want a long boy, we have the Bicolor, the Spiritus Sancti, and the Bilietier, just to name a few. There are so many different varieties that I didn't show you, but I will show you more, so stay tuned. Everybody knows that snake plants are some of the easiest beginner plants to start off with, but you don't have to settle for the basic ones you see at the big box stores. Spice it up. There's so many really cool varieties. Let's start with this one. This is the Sansevieria Golden Flame. It is beautifully variegated, very elegant, very sophisticated. And this big guy right here, variegated well fin, very sculptural, very architectural, very good statement piece in your home. Now, if you're looking for a little green on green realness, then the classic form of the well fin is your vibe. Now, if you're looking for an air of sophistication, then the moonshine is your plant. These leaves are so beautifully minty. These are just adorable and cute. This is the Sansevieria Cleopatra, and this is the dragon wings. These are just the most adorable little variegated Sansevierias. This is the bonsai variegated, and this is the Lavarnos. An honorable mention, this isn't a snake plant, but I think it's worth talking about. This is the Euphorbia lactea ghost. This plant looks so unique. It's so milky white. These plants are great beginner plants. So what do you think? Personally, my favorite one is this variegated well fin. What is your favorite Sansevieria?